Okay, it's out, guys. Whatever it is, I'm just gonna take it like it is. Back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tolu. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you want to join the CEO CFO squad, just click on the subscribe link down below, and the only requirement is positive vibes only. We want this platform to be a place where people can come and get encouragement, support, and motivation. No negativity, no insults here, okay, guys? So in this video, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I passed the CPA FAR exam with a 91. What? On my first try. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Thank you. So two things before we continue with this video. First thing is a disclaimer. This video is not, emphasis on not, sponsored by any of the review companies I will mention or any YouTuber. This is just my personal experience I'm sharing with you guys. The next thing is, if you haven't seen the CPA FAR exam experience video and my score reaction, I'll leave links in the description box, and I'll leave a link to the CPA FAR exam experience here or here. I still don't know where the card goes, guys, so please check it out if you are interested. Now, without further ado, let's jump into this video, shall we? So like I said, I used the Glime CPA review system. Now, this was what was affordable for me at the time I started my CPA journey. So that's why I got this review system. Now, please don't say, oh, Tolu passed with a 91 with FAR, let me throw my other review material away. No, please, I beg you, don't do that. If you already have a review system that works for you, stick to it. All those review companies are popular and are successful, and they have lasted long because they work well. So please stick to your review material and just be consistent with your studying. Another thing I'll say is, if you haven't gotten a review system, maybe you haven't started your CPA journey and you're like, oh, which one should I pick? I recommend that you should do free trials. So Glime has free trials, Surgeon has free trial, Becca has free trial. I'm not really sure of Ninja and Roger or Wiley, but I would recommend that you check them out, and then at the end of the day, decide which one works best for you based on your learning style and cost. Please keep that in mind. So let's discuss more about the Glime CPA review. Now, this is how the book looks. Can you guys see how heavy this is? It's so big, guys. And when I got this book, when I opened it, I was just like, this is so overwhelming. Can I really know all this information? So this book has 20 chapters. So, and in each chapter at the end, there are practice multiple choice questions. And then there's also the online version that has the reading the notes online and watching videos. And the way the online version is created is that it's very adaptive. So based on your questions, on your performance, they would recommend things to you. Let me just show you guys how it works.
So this is how the Glime CPA review for FAR looks like. It has 20 chapters. Chapter 1 to 20. So let's take a look at chapter 1 and see how it looks like. So let's see, review study unit 1. Thinking about it. And then you can see that it has 4 platforms: learning, testing, performance, and extras. And the learning side has the read book outline, and you can also watch videos if you prefer to do that. And you can see this place where there's a tip sign. It just advises you on what next to do. So let's look at testing. Testing has the adaptive quiz, and it also has the simulation. Now, the smart adaptive system recommends that you do 2 quizzes and 2 simulations. The performance shows your progress, based on your analytical breakdown. And then extras just contains the study planner and updates to the book. Now, I followed the study planner when I was reviewing to make sure that I was making progress and following, the plan, guys. So if we go back to study unit lists, take you back to chapter 1 to 20, and when you finish all the 20 chapters, you're able to do the final review mode and also take the exam rehearsal. And I recommend that you do your exam rehearsal regardless of any of the materials that you are using.
So guys, I followed the system as the system recommended. So I read the chapter, I watched the video by their professors. Excuse me. I watched the videos by their professors, and then I went into the quizzes and simulations. I did 2 quizzes and 2 simulations, and at the end of the day, they will say, okay, you can move to the next study unit. Another thing I did for me to like have everything clear and organized is I put the chapters into groups. So chapter 1 to 4 was based on financial statements, 5 this, and then I put this my scores at the end of each chapter and put like whether I read them, I did the simulation, everything, just to keep my head straight, keep my head in the game. And it helps me to, guys, to be focused on the journey. Another thing I did is after each group, I would revise the whole group. So if I study chapter 1 to 4 based on financial statements, I'll revise that, and so on and so forth. I hope you guys catch my drift. I did not make any notes, guys. I did a lot of practice multiple choice questions, but I didn't keep separate notes because that's not my learning style. If that works for you, please make sure that you do that. So another thing I did is I studied the book twice, and I even started the third time, but I couldn't finish the third time. And this was recommended by a YouTuber named Alex Gu. He was like, he studied the book twice and he passed. And when he passed with an 84, guys, I was like, wow, I just want to clear the exam. So I took his advice and I studied the book twice. And I believe that the second time when I was going over it, it was clearer to me. I was like, oh yeah, this is why this works, or this is why, oh, I missed it this time. So if you see me, guys, putting my head down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. I want to give you guys as much information as I can and make this video clear, concise, and organized. So please forgive me for putting my head up and down, bobbing up and down. So another thing that I did is I looked at the AICPA sample test. Now, the AICPA has sample tests for all sections of the exam. So I made sure that I went into, after I finished like my reading 2 times, I made sure that I went into the AICPA's website and looked at the sample tests. I really like the sample test because it has multiple choice questions and 8 simulations, guys. So it gives you that exam feel, exam experience. Another thing I looked at is recently released questions by the AICPA. So I think at the end of each quarter, I'm not really sure, they release questions that they asked the previous exam takers. So I looked at it very, very well, looked at all the multiple choice questions, and I tried to work them out. I'll leave a link to the AICPA sample test for FAR and the recently released questions in the description box, so check it out if you are interested. For other resources apart from my review material, I watched YouTubers. I watched For Heart Accounting lectures, and a new YouTuber I just found, Darius Clark, just to give me a better understanding of some particular topics. Like, I had an issue with bonds, like non-current liabilities. I didn't really understand my review material, so I went on YouTube and I watched For Heart Accounting lectures. Especially for other like recently released questions, I looked at Darius Clark a lot. To get motivation, guys, I watched loads and loads of other YouTubers FAR exam experience, and I also went to another71.com exam forum and I read and read people's experience. So yeah, guys, I started this journey June 1st and my exam was July 23rd. So I studied for about 7 weeks, give or take, and I got a very good score of 91. I'm grateful, I'm relieved. Right now I'm on to BEC, but guys, again, the struggle is real. We'll talk about BEC in a whole other video. So my tips for you guys, I have 5 tips for you guys, and I really hope that you find this helpful one way or the other. So the first tip is mindset. Now, I'm a believer. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. And what I'll tell you is that God is by your side. He is not going to leave you. You are not alone on this journey. He will equip you with the wisdom, knowledge, strength, understanding that you need for this journey. I know that the book is so overwhelming. Any of the review materials, I know that they'll give you a huge book like this for FAR. But please do not feel anxious or discouraged. Every day you are making progress. And at the end of the day, on the release date, on the score release date, you'll be happy. You'll be very, very glad. So keep your head high, your shoulders proud, and let's clear this exam, guys. Another thing I would say is positive self-talk. So there's somebody on another71.com. His name is Monica NC, and he would always say this: positive self-talk. Look into the mirror, tell yourself, I can do it. I'm a CEO, CFO, chairman of the board of directors, audit committee. Who's going to stop you? Nobody can stop you, guys. Please speak positively to yourself. You are going to kill this exam. Trust me. If you have watched my CPA FAR exam experience, you hear me say like I was super depressed, anxious, worried before the exam and even in the exam hall. Please, guys, you got it. You can do it. If I can, you definitely can succeed. If God is on your side, who can be against you? Who? I'll wait. Who is that person that can stop you? Even CPA FAR, the hardest of them all, cannot stop you because you have a king. You have God on your side. The next thing I want to speak about is reinforcing your knowledge. So whenever you practice multiple choice questions or do the simulations, guys, I implore you to read why those answers are correct and why you picked a wrong answer. This will help you reinforce the knowledge in your mind and will make sure that you never make the same mistake, no matter the angle where they throw the question from, left or right. You got this, guys. If you can just understand how that particular topic works or how they would test that question. So please make sure that you review your answers, whether you get them right or wrong. The third tip is be consistent. So if you've created a nice study plan leading up to your exam, okay, every day I'll study for 3 hours. Please don't start, oh, today, Monday, you study for 3 hours, you're winning. And then tomorrow, you now say, I'm not really gonna study today. And then you go start binge watching a show on Netflix. And you do that for the rest of the week. Then you want to carry the book next week. By that time, you probably would have forgotten what you read on Monday. So please stay consistent. I know that this journey is hard and you want to relax and everything, but please use your time management skills effectively. Study for 2 hours, 3 hours. Well, just please don't play, don't go up and down this journey. Right now, guys, to be honest, I'm struggling with BEC. I'm just like, I'll read today, tomorrow I'm like, So I know for sure I have to start the BEC book all over again if I want to succeed. So the third thing I'll talk about is the AICPA sample test and release questions. I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record, guys, because I keep saying this. I have seen it work for me. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying that if you take the test, you see the same question in the exam hall. No, but I believe that it gives you a viewpoint of the examiner's mind. You kind of know what and how they would test you on the exam. Please, guys, it is very important. If that's the only tip that you take from this video, I will be super grateful for that. Please make sure at the end of your study time, you studied all the chapters in the book, you've taken your exam rehearsal. Please look at the AICPA sample test. Next thing under this same tip is do your mock exams. So I was very scared to take my mock exam. I was really, really scared, guys. I'm like, it to expose me, to expose my weak areas. But yeah, that's the point. so that you can correct and improve on those weak areas before you take the exam. Now, GLIME just has one mock exam, and I asked my personal counselor to reset it so I could take it again. But I believe that Becca has 3, so make sure you take all the mock exams. And just going back to the last tip, understand why those answers are wrong, and if possible, redo them again until you get them right. The next tip I'll say is, which is tip number 4, do not sleep on your government and not-for-profit accounting. I mentioned this in my last video. It is very important. Please don't just do a base level. Oh, what are the financial statements in the fund? No, what are the funds in the financial statement? No, read them, understand the concepts in a deeper level, just how you will study for leases or equity, because they test them on the multiple choice question. Is a no-brainer. For test level 1 and 2, you will be tested on government and non-for-profit. Please study them hard, I beg you. It's very, very important. Then tip number 5 is other resources. Now, I'm saying this because these resources are free. It doesn't cost you money. You already paid a lot for your review material. So please watch YouTube videos on topics that you don't really understand. Don't just say, I'll save it for later, or I just don't get it. So please make sure that you watch other YouTube videos. Like I said before, Fahad Accounting Lectures, Darius Clark, other YouTubers that can give you a better understanding of the topic that you are struggling with. And please, guys, watch other people's experience. I did that, and it made me feel like, oh, I'm not alone in this journey. I'm not isolated to myself. Make sure that you watch all these videos as much as you can. And if you're not a video person, you're like, that's too much, you can go to the another71.com, the CPA exam forum. You'll see there loads and loads of people's experience, people's questions, and a lot of people just contributing. It just builds that community, that sense of community in your mind. So guys, I recommend that you do that. And then the last tip is, if you did not pass this time, don't worry. You are not a failure. I'm going to emphasize on not N-O-T. You are not a failure. You got this. You are a winner. The failure is just an opportunity for you to learn and reinforce the knowledge and the concepts in your mindset. And at the end of the day, you'll be very glad. I believe that it should just be a stepping stone for your greatness. Like I said, I believe in you. I'm rooting for you. You're not alone in this journey. Just taking this exam, it's already hard. Now, please add into the mix this uncertainty with the pandemic and all the things just happening in the world. I'm just so proud of you for taking this exam. It's crazy. It's incredible. You are so strong. Please stay determined, stay focused. Get your head in the game every day for as long as you want to study for. So guys, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, and I will get back to them and answer them to the best of my knowledge. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to join the CEO CFO squad, just click on that subscribe button. Oh, you did. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your support, all your comments. Thank you so much. Please stay safe, stay blessed, and stay happy. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.